Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm gonna do a bit of a rant. Sorry for anyone who loves the game Prototype 2, but I have to. Well, I'm an avid fan of the Prototype series. Even read the comics, which I'll be honest with you, since Dark Horse has always done a pretty decent job with comics. If there was a third party involved with the Prototype comics, they were really half-assed done. They weren't that great. But here's my copy of Battlefield, what the fuck? My Prototype 1. And this is a good game. First of all, just try to say that, will say that. It's sort of a guilty pleasure. You will like find yourself having fun because Prototype is a very fun game. You are Alex Mercer, a viral weapon badass. That is like you get, basically you're an anti-hero. You get to be the coolest anti-hero ever, and much like the Infamous series, where you have a city to do whatever you want with their powers, you can do the same here. However, I will say this: Alex Mercer is definitely the speedier of the two heroes, as Alex Mercer literally. Basically what it has is he sort of handles like a vehicle, and you don't really have to worry about press and jump because he'll avoid obstacles on his own. It's a very fun experience. I mean, I've never had so much fun with a game like this. When it comes to open-ended games, I really recommend Prototype. You will have a blast. Now, I did a rant on the Prototype 2, although it was actually done in my my own DeviantArt page. If you guys don't know what that is, I'll provide a link below if you guys want to like read it, where I avidly state my points that Prototype 2 was literally crap. It was not thought about in the right way. It was fun. I will agree that it was fun being what's his name, James Heller. It was fun. He was crude, sort of dumb, as I noticed that whenever you consume someone, you get their experience and their knowledge of things. As such, that's how you can pilot a vehicle and all that. To this, all I can really say, after he consumes a pilot, he knows how to fly a freaking Black Ops helicopter, and he cannot work a computer. Hell, he can hack in other computers, as I've also seen, yet he cannot work a regular computer in the inside a Black Watch base from one of the missions. I don't understand how that adds up. He can do all this, but he can't work a computer. I don't know. Either way, James Heller was a shallow character at best. Again, I'll provide a full link on the character rant below. Fairly short read, isn't really that long. But my point being to this is how they tore down Alex Mercer as a character. I mean, oh my god, that was horrible. For example, if you guys didn't know, the guy who voiced Prototype 1, the guy who did the Alex Mercer voice for Prototype 1 did not do the voice for the second one. I do not know what the situation with that was, whether he quit, whether they decided to go with a new person because they thought maybe he'll make him sound more evil. Well, I don't know what happened. In all honesty, I believe the freaking guys are radical or Activision, whichever of the two had to do with it, completely destroyed Alex Mercer as a character and made James Heller a shallow, really bad character. I mean, well, he's fun to play as. He's not really that interesting a character. Alex Mercer was definitely more deep. He was more than just what can I say? Well, he's amnesia. Can't remember what happened to him, and now he just wakes up in a morgue with all his powers, and you feel for him because he's completely lost. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. As for James Heller, ex-Marine just coming home from finishing his tour, find his dead wife and kid. He blames it on Mercer, as the Black Watch has called the outbreak the Mercer virus. In all honesty, though, I have no idea who sets out the new virus. I don't know if it was Black Watch or Mercer that really set out the second outbreak. But because again, none of it is explained. It's like stupid. The fucking story is so half-assed and poorly thought out, you can't really make up what the fuck is going on. I mean, again, it's supposed to be a conspiracy, and you know, the way for you to know the story best is by consuming people who know shit, you know, through the web of intrigue. But even after consuming people there, even if you manage to, don't know how, consume everyone that knows something about the conspiracy, you will still be lost. Why? Because the story is really poorly thought the fuck out. I mean, oh my god. Let's already give you an example. For example, in character development, as far as James Heller, you know, consume someone, get their experience and everything, and you know how to do whatever they happen to do. For example, pilot. He consumed a pilot, so now he knows exactly how to fly a plane. Yet he consumed a scientist, you know, PhD and all that, and can't for the life of him work a computer. Instead, I don't know what the priest was. I don't know if he was a gangster or a cartel or whatever. Regardless, somehow, apparently he and his gang buddies used to hack into blacknet terminals for the hell of it when he was younger. I don't know how a bunch of gangbangers knew about Blackwatch, but whatever. Again, not really explained. Either way, somehow he can work a freaking computer, yet James Heller can't do crap. I don't know. It makes no sense. Another thing, you know, they want you to feel for James Heller. You know, his wife and kid are killed, so, you know, you go out for revenge. You know what the funny thing is? You don't hear crap about your kids or your wife for, like, literally an entire hour. I don't understand that, bro. That makes no sense to me. As far as, through the whole game, you don't hear crap about their family, whatever. And you get, like, you barely see Mercer at all. He'll come to you, drop some plot point, and then you never see him again for another couple of missions till finally you get to the final battle, which, you know, you don't know what the fuck is going on, no one knows what's going on, and boom, the game's over. You still don't know what's going on. You just know that Mercer decided to be evil. Well, no, you don't really know that. He just went evil, and there's no real explanation to it. And even if there was, I mean, technically there was, if you read the comics, but it was, like, again, crappily done. It was horrible. Story, relatively short, which is stupid considering this is a one-player game only. It should be a long story, like most multiplayer games have, no single-player games have done. And, my complaint is that they did a half-assed job. You don't get an explanation, you don't get nothing. They just dropped you in the game and hope you, and I guess let you use your imagination, because fuck, I mean, seriously. The story is so bad, there's nothing, God, how can I, for example, Mercer. Mercer infects people so they can become the Evolve, I believe that's what they were called. Now, why they decided to make Evolve? Well, something about changing humanity, giving it one mind. Basically, he want to create a hive mind in which the world is one. So, you know, no more war, no more pain, everyone's buddies because we all don't have to think. We have a hive mind. He's got a god complex. That's pretty much it. He decides to go on a I am God rampage by creating a new world. Now, maybe I'm just being me here, but if you played Resident Evil 5, what did Wesker want to do? That's right, he wanted to become Dad. God, you know, new world order. I can be God, recreate humanity. That's the same thing that Mercer wanted to do, and I'll be honest with you, it's boring. It's overdone. I mean, while I'm not asking you to, I'll admit it's actually a little hard to be creative about shit like that, but still, it was just badly done. Like I told you, you don't get explanation. Mercer drops a few plot points here and there, and that's it. You don't know why he went bad. You don't know half the shit that's going on. You just blindly run through it until you go to that final battle where, miraculously enough, you win against Mercer, which, believe it or not, makes no sense. Supposedly, James is more powerful than Mercer, but I don't know. How come Mercer has more powers than Heller? I don't know how that one worked out for you, but yeah, you actually have less powers than you did from the first game, which they made up for that by upgrading the powers you have. So your blade looks pretty, like when you first get your blade, it looks plain, but the more you upgrade it, it gets more jagged, more bigger. You know, you live like a weird red trail behind every time you swing it, and it gets brighter and cooler looking. And yeah, that's basically it. You upgrade the powers you have, which I believe was 5: tendrils, claws, blade, whip, and shield. I think those were the only powers you have. In terms of offensive battle, as opposed to Mercer, who had the hammer hands, which were literally just weird blob, which was just biomass consumed together, that was really heavy, and you can bust tanks like crap with that. You know, you can jump in the air and do like an elbow drop on it. It was freaking awesome. You also have the biomass muscles, which your hands, basically his hands turn like, well, biomass encompasses his hand, and they look meteor, so he can pick up fucking tanks and shit. That's what it does. That's another power. Whip, claws, blade, shield, armor. If you count the vicious, you got thermal and infected. You also have what was the other one? Yes, well, no, technically there's not really powers for that. You have also the military abilities like calling an airstrike or play patsy. You can just like bump into a soldier, you press X, and you can blame them, saying, "Hey, that's him." His buddies will shoot him, and you're off this, and you're like, Scott, you can just walk off free. It's hilarious to pull, especially if you have an alarm. Just walk near a soldier, like grab him, you like grapple a little bit, and then you're like, it's him, take him down. It's hilarious as fuck to do. I don't know. I love just going to random military bases and doing that. It's hilarious. But yeah, as far as another thing, when the stealth gameplay, I'll be honest with you, it's like half the time you sneak into a base. You're not gonna sneak in. You sneak in for like 3 seconds, then you get found out, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill everything. I don't know. It was like badly done. The stealth wasn't even worth my time. There were some missions that demanded it, so I couldn't really break cover. So I did it, and it was sorely lacking and disappointing. Another thing in Devastators. Heller had 3 Devastators technically, I suppose. The Wolf Pack, which you call in. Well, I don't know. They're not hunters exactly. They're like an evolved type of hunter, I guess. I can't remember the name. You pound the ground and you know, make spikes come from the ground, and then you have the regular where you put tentacles everywhere, and then you suck everything in, and it all dies in a big tentacle explosion. Mercer had more. Mercer actually had more than those. He had the tendril, what I like to call the tendril Kamehameha, where he literally just shoots tendrils in a concentrated manner in these huge blasts that fucks up everything in front of you. The tentacles, the spikes on the floor. You can also jump and land and do the spikes on the floor. I think there were 4 Devastators. I can't for the life of me. I haven't played in a while. Forgive me for that, but yeah, there was definitely more Devastators in that one. Again, I recommend this game. I recommend Prototype 1 over the second one any day. If you've never played any of them and you get the second one, yeah, well, go ahead and get that, but it's still crappy. I doubt you'll be satisfied with a half-assed story. You get a better experience from the first game. But anyway, that's just me. So without further ado, this was Bean, and this is my rant, and I'll leave the link below so you guys can check the character comparison. Alright.